enter a substantially safer business, music.
Yeah, we need an outlet to just stop getting in trouble. He ordered the stuff off of eBay. It was like a snowball mic, Audacity, and like a laptop.
XXXTentacion would create his first ever song alongside Ski Mask titled News/Flock, then post it to SoundCloud after his release from prison, with his second song Vice City discussing this desire to leave his life of crime in the past. From this point onwards, X would become so serious about his music career that over 4 years later, on the final day of his life, creating music was still very much a daily habit. Because at around 8 AM, approximately an hour and a half after logging off League of Legends at 6:27 AM, X would work on the beat for titled Chase Glass Shards, which would, unbeknownst to him at the time, be the last piece of music he ever worked on. This would continue over the next 6 hours between 8 AM and 2 PM, in the process interacting with his girlfriend Genesis, who had become sick and was considering seeing a doctor. Without the knowledge that after that afternoon, he'd never see Genesis ever again, X had something else on his mind, buying a new motorbike. At 3:11 PM, X would FaceTime his mother for 2 minutes, asking if she'd accompany him to a motorcycle dealership in Deerfield Beach, to which she would say no, sparking an argument, resulting in her agreeing to instead go to the doctor with Genesis. Vowing to never leave the house alone, XXXTentacion would instead head to the dealership with his step-uncle, stopping by the Bank of America on the way over. X pulled up to the bank driving his $150,000 BMW i8 whilst wearing a gold chain and a $2,000 Louis Vuitton bag. He walked in calmly and withdrew $50,000 in cash, placing each and every $100 bill neatly into his Louis Vuitton bag, at which point he'd be noticed by the 4 previously mentioned suspects, Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsom, Robert Allen, and Dedrick Williams, establishing a potential motive for the killing, financial gain. Just weeks prior to this $50,000 cash withdrawal, XXXTentacion had signed a deal for his 3rd studio album worth a reported $10 million US. However, landing such a lucrative deal was no walk in the park. Continuing on from where we left off earlier, after releasing Vice City in 2014, rapping about his desire to leave his life of crime in the past, X continued to release music, yet failed to achieve any success in the beginning. Having no following whilst being fresh out of prison led X to take on a 9-to-5 day job working as an over-the-phone electricity salesman.
I only done one job and I was a sales broker because I knew how to run my mouth. Electricity salesman. Hello, my name is Jose Onfoy from Energy Solutions. How are you doing today?
Around a year and a half later, on the 30th of December 2015, XXXTentacion would drop one of his now most infamous songs titled Look At Me. The track would come to be known as a sleeper hit, laying dormant for over a year before exploding in early 2017. However, in the process, X began to build a cult following of incredibly loyal supporters for his unique sound and style.
XXXTentacion. I wanted to ask you about him. Now he's still growing, and he's very young, and as every artist is growing. When he speaks, you can tell he's actually an intelligent individual. Sure. He's not a dumbass dude, and I think he actually has a message. So
by early 2016, around 2 years after beginning his music career, he had achieved 18,500 followers on SoundCloud, yet had become one of the most highly requested rappers to be interviewed on Adam 22's No Jumper podcast.
Like, I have a cult fan base. I don't have like a weak ass fan base. Like,
you have a crazy ass following on social media and stuff, and like, it's not like necessarily the craziest like numbers, like 10,000 or whatever. Or how many are you on SoundCloud?
SoundCloud, I'm at 18.5.
Just the number of people who have asked me to interview you is insane. Like, considering that you're like an underground artist, like the number of tweets I had to read about you, man.
However, XXXTentacion was unable to stay out of trouble with the law, and only 3 months after the previously shown interview would be jailed once again for robbery and assault with a deadly weapon. After posting his bail set at $10,000, he'd be released. However, only 3 months after that, he'd be arrested once again after being accused of domestic violence against his girlfriend at the time. The interesting thing about rappers, however, is that criminal charges and prison sentences are often glorified by their fans and seem to do wonders for keeping them relevant. This is exactly what happened to XXXTentacion, as it would ironically be during this 3rd stint in jail that his notoriety and music career would find its way into the mainstream. In January 2017, his song Look At Me, which had been released over 12 months prior, peaked at number 34 on the US Hot 100 Billboard after X had been locked up for 2 months and was doing absolutely nothing to promote it, while many of his other songs began to trend alongside it. His newly found notoriety whilst in prison led to countless 6-figure record label offers under the assumption that he was going to be even bigger after being released from prison. XXXTentacion ended up spending 6 months behind bars during this 3rd stint and was released in April 2017 with more fame, more fans, and more enemies than ever. After receiving a deal worth an estimated $6 million for the production of his 2nd studio album titled Question Mark, X would purchase a $1.4 million mansion in Parkland, Florida to house him, his girlfriend, and his mum. In the space of 1 year and 3 months, X had gone from an underground artist in prison prison to a multi-millionaire mainstream celebrity. However, while X had certainly built the fame and fortune, perhaps he didn't have enough time to build the high level of wisdom required to manage his high status position, bringing us back to the moment that he withdrew $50,000 cash on his very final day. The reasoning behind why X felt the need to carry such a large amount of money in physical $100 bills is anyone's best guess. Perhaps he knew the dealership would give him a better price if he paid with physical cash, or maybe he just wanted to feel like a baller walking around with the average American salary in his backpack. However, if X never made this withdrawal, the outcome at the end of the day might have been incredibly different. Because after leaving the bank, X would be followed by the 4 previously mentioned perpetrators to Riva Motorsports, all of which arriving at 3:30 p.m. approximately 10 minutes later. 2 of the alleged perpetrators, Robert Allen and Dedrick Williams, are seen walking right next to XXXTentacion whilst he looked at bikes, with the other 2 alleged perpetrators, Michael Boatwright and Trayvon Newsom, waiting outside in the black Dodge Journey. 25 minutes later, at 3:55 p.m., XXXTentacion would go to drive out of the motorcycle dealership before the Dodge Journey would block the exit, at which point 2 masked men jumped out of the car and demanded X's Louis Vuitton bag and gold chain. The thieves would successfully take both of these items after a bit of a struggle. However, even though the robbery was over, when X looked at one of the men directly in the eyes, he'd take 2 steps back and do the unthinkable.
whoisobey, this is something that has really stunned fans of XXXTentacion, a rising star here in South Florida. Fans began to gather here right after learning about the shooting that claimed his life. They just held a moment of silence, but they've been here listening to his music, praying, and lighting candles in his memory.
Disgustingly, in the hours after X's death, Dedrick Williams, one of the suspects, would record a video of himself happily dancing around with a bunch of $100 bills, also spending $800 on designer clothes at a Fort Lauderdale store the day after the killing. Similarly, police would find a $400 receipt for clothing and shoes in a garbage can at Michael Boatwright's house, purchased 13 days after X's death. However, while these complete and utter scumbags were living it up on their newly found unearned fortune, X's music career was having its own after-death explosion.
When he passed, bro, I went up 1 million followers. Anything that had to do with him went up.
I mean, yeah, it's weird to see like his Instagram followers doubled when he passed. He went from like 7 to 14. Like, it's just crazy to see how people react when somebody passes.
As mentioned in an article written by Hypebeast, sales of his first studio album 17 jumped up 9,000%, while his sophomore Question Mark project released back in March saw a staggering 41,306% spike in less than 24 hours after his tragic death. Similarly, his average monthly YouTube music viewership jumped from 150 million per month to 400 million per month following his death, giving him a permanent increase in the value of his music as an offset to his passing. It was kind of like karma, a superstition that X certainly believed in.
I believe in past lives and future lives. I believe in the karmic cycle. I believe until you align the karmic cycle, nothing else matters.
However, by the same token, after X had been to prison twice for armed robbery himself, perhaps his own death during an armed robbery was, as he put it, the karmic cycle realigning itself. However, no matter how poor X's prior decisions might have been, they weren't nearly as stupid as those involved in the killing. With bullet casings at the scene of the crime matching guns owned by the perpetrators, and evidence as obvious as Dedrick Williams purchasing a neoprene mask from the motorcycle store just minutes prior to the robbery, each of the 4 men were arrested one by one in the 2 months that followed the tragic event. The perpetrators would have their fingerprints taken and would each face a pre-examination. However, almost 4 years later, the men are still yet to face trial and have therefore received no charges. However, this hasn't stopped XXXTentacion's father, Dwayne Onfroy, from expressing what he hopes might happen to the perpetrators. Y'all killed that young man, that father, that son, that brother, without a cause. I say this, no malice in my heart. I'm seeking life without parole for the participants in the robbery and cold-blooded murder of my son, and the man who pulled the trigger. I'm going to seek the death penalty.
Well, tell me what happened at the recording studios in Times Square.
I got shot 5 times. I walked in, some dudes walked in and shot me up. I already took 5 bullets. And if I can help it, I don't plan on taking no more.
Do you know who shot you? No. Is that a no or is that a maybe?
No, I know who shot me. As far as foes and enemies and all that, I really don't care. My only fear of death is coming back reincarnated.
So does that mean that you also have no idea why they shot you?
No, I have no idea why they shot me. And it's not like I'm untouchable. I can be killed as soon as I get out of here.
Do you think that they shot you just to get your jewelry?
I don't know. It's like anybody's guess. I don't know. But I'm a soldier. I always survive. I constantly come back. You know what I mean? Only thing that can kill me is death. That's the only thing that'll ever stop me is death. And even then, my music will live forever.
On
On November 29, 1994, a Manhattan jury had convened to deliberate charges of sodomy, abuse, and weapons possession against Tupac and his road manager at the time, Charles Fuller. They stood accused of molesting a 19-year-old woman in Tupac's $750 a night, 38th floor Parker Meridian Hotel Suite on November 18, 1993. After the first day of deliberations and an interview outside the courthouse in New York, Tupac left for a publicity stop in Harlem, then went on to Times Square's Quad Recording Studios at 723 7th Avenue to record a track with a rapper signed to Uptown Records called Lil Sean. Tupac knew it might be his last recording session for some time, as he was facing a maximum 25-year sentence, which would have most likely put an end to his music and acting career. He had already lost a movie role and a guest spot on a TV series, and his legal bills were piling up. Tupac needed cash urgently. During his trial, he would spend his evenings going from one recording studio to another. He was trying to rap his way out of financial ruin. He would go to court early in the morning and hit the studio in the evening, trying to record as much music as possible. On the night of November 30th, 1994, Tupac was ambushed and shot inside the lobby of a recording studio. His team of criminal attorneys had been in New York with him, awaiting a verdict on assault charges against him. His attorney said the shooting, quote-unquote, looked and smelled like a setup. Later, Tupac publicly blamed the Notorious B.I.G., who was upstairs in a recording session at the time, in helping to set up the attack. But let's go back a little and break this down step by step. Earlier in the evening, Tupac had been invited by a New York DJ named Ron G to record with him. It was the Notorious B.I.G. who introduced the two to each other. Ron G said, "Pac, I want you to come to my house and lay this rap down for my tapes." Pac agreed to do it for free as a favor for the young DJ, whom he wanted to help out, but at the same time it was Biggie's man, so it didn't really feel right for Pac to charge his friends. Him and Big were very close back then. Pac always wanted him in his group Thug Life, and they were both doing each other favors all the time. Pac especially. All the things he did for Biggie and his friends were for free. He usually charged other people a fee to record for their tapes and albums. Ron G and his manager had called and asked him numerous times for a Hot 16. For 2 whole weeks he kept calling him. Tried to arrange a studio session with Pac so that he can lay down a 16-bar verse for his mixtape. But Pac was busy, with all the cases, his music, and of course with shooting the movie Bullets, which came out 2 years later. So he didn't answer until the day he actually got there, which was November 29th, 1994. Pac finally picked up the phone and said, "Yo, I'ma come through." Ron G gave him his address, and Tupac drove to his house with his manager Freddie Moore, his common-law brother-in-law Zayd Turner, and rapper Randy Walker, aka Big Stretch from the Live Squad, who was one of Tupac's closest friends at that point. Down with him since day one, even before the movie Juice was filmed, and before Tupac recorded his debut album Tupacalypse Now. Ron G made the beat on the spot. Stretch and Pac were quickly writing their verses, but Pac was constantly getting paged by somebody. So he seemed a little troubled, according to the DJ. And even in the verse that he wrote down, he seemed a little worried and anxious. It almost sounded prophetic, because in the opening lines of the verse, he predicted that there are people out there that are trying to kill him. And just a few hours later, he gets shot 5 times. Pac always sounded like he's predicting the future. He then said, "They sending armies out to bomb me." The people who were about to shoot and rob him were dressed in army fatigues. He even dissed a New York gangster named Haitian Jack on here, a man who played a significant role in Tupac's Ayanna Jackson assault case and also in the Quad Studio shooting, which was about to happen. Tupac met Haitian Jack in 1993 at Scores, New York, 536 West 28th Street, where they watched the Riddick Bowe vs. Evander Holyfield's Repeat or Revenge heavyweight title rematch on November 6, 1993. Pac came and hung out with him in the VIP room of Scores. Jack got him a bottle of Remy Martin, Cuban cigars, and Pac fell in love with that lifestyle. Jack told him that he should reach out to him every time he's in New York, and Pac said he'll do that. The two became close friends after that. The boxer Mike Tyson was telling Pac that he was out of his league hanging with Haitian Jack, but Pac wouldn't listen. He used to dress in baggies and sneakers. Haitian Jack and Ricky Lee took him shopping and quote-unquote made him more mature by introducing him to gangsters in Brooklyn. He told Jack that he's glad that he met him, because it helped with the movie character he was working on. Pac was in New York for much of '93 filming the cult classic Above the Rim. He played a character named Birdie, a New York gangster much like Haitian Jack, who wooed people through his flash and charisma while ruling through paralyzing fear. He got his swagger from Jack, the way he handles himself and how everybody is always around him, that people gravitate to a gangster. Their honeymoon phase abruptly ended on November 18th, 1993. That night, shortly before Thanksgiving, would lead to the single most consequential accusation in rap history, because of the dominoes that would fall later. Jack and Pac had a falling out due to the assault case. Tupac, his manager Charles Fuller, Haitian Jack, and Rick Alinzi, aka Trevor, all got accused of assaulting the 19-year-old Ayanna Jackson in Tupac's 38th floor room at the Parker Meridian Hotel. Haitian Jack was hereby the one who orchestrated it. He was Pac's co-defendant, but their cases were separated and they had different trials, which made Pac believe that Jack snitched on him and sold him out. The notorious B.I.G. was there too that night, left his guns there and left as soon as Ayanna Jackson came in, which seems kinda odd at first, but he himself tried to stay away from Haitian Jack, cause he was a serious street cat that basically poisoned everything he touched. But from the outside it seemed like Biggie was always involved when Pac got into trouble, cause Pac was charged with weapons possession that same night, even though those were Biggie's, Jack's, and Trevor's guns. 4 guns with their serial numbers scratched out were found in Tupac's hotel room. He spent much of '94 proclaiming his innocence. The fact that he left exactly when Ayanna Jackson came in, and that he was also in the same building when Pac got shot, gave Pac enough reason to think that Biggie might have known something about these incidences, cause he thought everything was a setup. Pac and Ayanna Jackson were in the bedroom alone when other men entered and proceeded to assault her. Pac had already left the room after feeling weirded out by the group setting. He talked with his publicist in a different room, felt groggy and went to sleep. He awoke to Ayanna Jackson yelling at him for more or less allowing them to assault her. Pac, his road manager Charles Fuller, Haitian Jack, and Trevor were accused of committing that crime. But Haitian Jack and the others got away, and Pac became the main target. According to Pac's brother-in-law, Zayd, Tupac told Haitian Jack to his face how he felt about him getting a separate trial for the same crime. He allegedly said it in front of Zayd, Stretch, Jack, and a couple of OGs. He stepped away from Jack and told him that he wants to have nothing to do with him anymore. And Jack was sitting there speechless, looking at him with a quote-unquote humble look on his face. But Zayd apparently knew that Jack was mad, that he wasn't showing his anger, cause he let his soldiers know about it and they were now coming for Pac, who tried to disassociate from him. By the end of November 1994, Tupac had dumped Haitian Jack as a friend, but Jack was seen trailing him. He would try to holler at him in clubs. Tupac would just ignore him and continue doing what he does. When they ran into each other at one of Puff Daddy's parties, to which both were invited, he ignored him once again and instead stuck close to Biggie.
You got Haitian Jack here popping bottles with your crew like y'all homeboy. Well, they even like that. So what is it then? We gotta get you on that little Sean record, all right? That's one of his artists. You remember?
This was blatant disrespect. Even enemies acknowledged each other's presence, and disrespecting someone like Haitian Jack was dangerous. Biggie warned Pac about him, saying that he should stay away from Haitian Jack. According to Pac, Big said this about a week before the Quad Studio shooting.
But he told me like about a week before I got shot. He knew that it was shot me. He was like, Pop, don't hang around this. We walked in with that shot and they ended up shooting me. He's like, Pop, because I knew the nigga too. He was my co-defendant. And I was like, what you mean? He's like, I'll talk to you about it later. We didn't talk.
Haitian Jack found out about Biggie's advice, either through Pac himself or somebody else, and sent a group of thugs to rob Biggie, cause the Bad Boy camp later blamed Pac for it, that Biggie got robbed for warning him, just cause Pac told Haitian Jack about it, which many people in Pac's camp deny to this day, cause Pac wasn't even speaking to him anymore. According to Lil Sean, Pac, for whatever reason, told Haitian Jack about it. Yo, Biggie told me to stay away from you. Shortly after that, Biggie got robbed. Haitian Jack and his people stopped messing with Big. According to Biggie's camp, this incident happened before the Quad Studio shooting. And the conversation between him and Pac wasn't a week before the robbery, but a whole year, when he first started hanging out with him. Cause Tupac and Haitian Jack weren't talking anymore a week before the shooting, so he couldn't have told Jack about it. Or maybe he heard about it some other way. Who knows? He called Haitian Jack a hanger-on in the Daily News after their cases got separated, and when the two started beefing. Jack felt like it was the other way around, that Pac was hanging on to him and looking up to him. Pac also delivered one of his most emotionally charged interviews on November 29th, hours before the Quad Studio shooting, in which he pleaded his innocence once more, while asking the reporters where his co-defendants are, how they are getting away, even though they're the ones that committed the crime while he was asleep.
Where are those people that did this? They were all in the same hotel as me. They were all right in the same room as me. Why am I the only one in court right now? Why is the cameras all on me? And in the report and all these charges, I didn't do nothing. I'm charged with being in concert with some